It's a question of the letters and wondering whether it was
The former Transport Minister was summoned by the Public Investment Committee to shed light on the controversial railway tender deal.
Ask me for government specifications other than what I can tell you now off the cuff.
The MP's probe team expressed doubts over the deal, with some claiming there was a lack of transparency.
Because you are not giving us evidence that you actually used official way of seeking somebody.
Mwakwere defended the award of the tender to the Chinese contractor, saying his ministry then identified a suitable contractor for the job, adding that the law was strictly followed.
What they did was right, because now they're going towards the signing of a contract, so they must do due diligence.
Another former cabinet minister, Amos Kimunyo, will appear before the committee for grilling sometime next week. A birthday celebration in Mwakwere Ini sub-county in Nyeri turned tragic after one person died after consuming poisoned food. A 14-year-old boy, John Jaramba, died after eating the meal while 10 others were hospitalized. The victims complained of severe abdominal pains after consuming the meal prepared at the home of one Lydia Wathaya. Wathaya suspects it might have been the meat which poisoned her guests. A medical superintendent at the Mwakwere Ini District Hospital said the victims were in stable condition. Meanwhile, parents have voiced their disappointment over the recent Form 1 selection process. Pauline Senelwa, a private school student who scored 425 out of 500, which is enough to admit her to a national secondary school, was admitted to St. Mary's Mumias, a county secondary school. Elsewhere in Nyeri, some legislators have issued a 7-day ultimatum to Education Secretary Professor Jacob Kaimenyi to explain why schools in the county were given 40% of slots instead of the requisite 60%. And from the courts, 3 political parties can now share the 210 million shilling fund meant for the parties. ODM, TNA and URP will share the amount after High Court Judge Justice David Majanja ruled in favour of the 3 political parties. The case against the parties was filed by the Political Parties Forum, which was seeking a fair access to funds by smaller political parties.
However, I believe the results have declared.
The judge dismissed the case on grounds that the law was not flouted.
I'm requesting to be placed on record for the first.
And finally, 2 police officers have been charged with kidnapping. It is alleged that on the 26th of January, the officers Panito Ngangai and James Sipiti transported 2 men from Nairobi to Moyale without their consent. The officers, who appeared before Magistrate Doreen Mulekyo, did not plead to the charges and will be held at Kileleshwa Police Station. The prosecution has requested 3 days to complete the investigation. Yvette Mumanyi, Monday Special.